So we're going to talk about feeling stuck. I'm stuck. My life sucks. Or it doesn't suck. It's just okay. And I can't change it. And everything is the same. And I'm bored and I'm tired. But I can't do anything about it. What do we do when we feel stuck?
Reject. You see, I'm feeling stuck. You say feeling stuck. Feeling stuck, being stuck, I'm stuck. They're all two very different things, Feeling stuck is just a feeling. Being stuck, you're stuck. You don't see a way out. I am stuck. I am in the way, right? But the first, reject. A river must flow. So the tolerance to being stuck is the root cause why so many people are stuck. We don't protest enough. It's like this, The tolerance to be a bit overweight and making adjustment is one of the reasons we let ourselves slide. But there's many reasons for being overweight. There's thyroid, hormones. I'm just saying. The tolerance must go. It's like racism, It only exists because we tolerate it. Injustice exists because we tolerate it. If you study an oppressed country, I don't mean to get political, the tolerance is so high. So you tolerating being stuck is the problem. You must detect it. I don't want to be stuck. If you're a young person, I'll allow this for older people a little bit. For a younger person, you must be flowing, you must be blazing, you must be up there living. You've got to understand this. We are almost all subjected to one cult or another, one oppression or another. And the way a cult will operate is it will make you stuck. And they will give you the relief. We must understand when we are not flowing, that is unacceptable. If you go to a doctor, you do a cardio examination, you see a blood pressure examination. If there is any discrepancy, they'll give you medication, they'll start dealing with it. You must be flowing. I have one rule, if you're not jumping out of bed, if you're not jumping, leaping out of the bed, something is problem. If you're crawling out of bed, you're waking up and you're lying there, oh my God, the day has begun. Something is wrong. Don't tolerate it. The rule is you must jump out of bed. You must blaze. Hear me carefully. As we get older, the body gets a bit more wounded, I suppose. Even then, I would not allow it, Even then, I'll fight it. But I give that variant a little bit. As you get older, you might get a bit more body pain and all that. But not when you're younger, not when you're in 40s below. No way. So you tolerating being stuck, we think, people are prejudiced, people will speak ill. No, why are you tolerating it? In my home, in my surrounding, racism is not allowed. Prejudice is not allowed. I will protest. Why people do is they very slowly, I give you a story. The child, this is the story they tell. We live by a rainforest. You know how you hunt wild boar? Shoot. You shoot or you bow an arrow. But there's another way to do, They'll go, they leave the food. Most those days, they like tapioca. You leave some tapioca where they are passing by. They won't touch it, the first few times because human smell. After some time, they can tolerate your smell. They will start munching on it a little bit. After a couple of weeks, they start eating. After a month, they look forward to it. We leave a bunch of tapioca. They will be gorging on it. Then we put 1 stick. 2 stick, 3 stick, 4 stick. And slowly we build a cage around it. Then they will come in and they can tolerate the cage. Among them, they'll be fighting. One day the cage will be so total. We put a trapdoor. We put the tapioca. Bingo. And once the wild boar is caught, you know what they do? They kill off all the alphas. The one that remembers being free. The one that cannot tolerate being in captivity. The one that will die, it will fight. That's the one you kill. And then you keep the young ones. Now they become captive. Do you know by the second generation, you don't need a cage? They will hang around with you, even though they don't know they're going to be your food someday. So being stuck has something to do with you tolerating. Something you acclimatize. Something you adjust, don't adjust, rebel. You're not supposed to be stuck. If you're not waking up, running, living, loving, dancing, celebrating, partying, and enjoying life, what are you doing? What's going on? You must understand, sometime in the name of meditation, there are these idiots out there. They are the nest, the cage builders. They want you to be domesticated. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You're supposed to come alive. Blaze would be my word. Now, we go into this. Why are you stuck? One, you tolerate. Another one, you also believe that's how you're supposed to be. There's this moral conditioning. As a child, you tell a child, sit quietly. Come on, a child cannot sit quietly. It will run, jump up and down. It's like your cat. It's a young cat. How to tell the fellow be quiet? He's going to jump all over the place. You got to dope that fellow. If he doesn't jump around, then you have to take him to the vet. Something is wrong. You tolerate it. Then you conform to it. They actually slowly make you lazy. We don't want an active crowd. We want a domesticated people. We want to keep them 9 to 5. We want them to behave. We want them to... This is the special interest group, that wants to constantly keep you enslaved, make you a workforce. Rebel. I'm not saying working is wrong. Go get a job. Work. Blaze. Blaze. To me, for young people, I'll say this. Work 5 days. Is it 5 days they work? Yeah. 5 days. Rest in that 5 days because you're going to blaze Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not that you blaze the whole week and Friday, Saturday, Sunday you don't blaze. You blaze. You are tolerating it. And you live in countries that takes pride in retardating you. This is when I like America, There are many reasons that I will have sharp comments about America. The one thing about America, bless them for these reasons, like land of the free, go. It's where liberty, imagination is birthed. Not even Europe as much as it is there. But I'll give it to America, Blaze, come on. Of course, there are problems out of it. But come alive. They are not celebrating being domesticated. They are saying, go, build, conquer, live, dance. A firecracker must explode. Yes, at the end, it's all over. But it still made a good bang. So, why are people stuck? Do you know, I've seen in relationship, they will marry or fall in love with the most alive person, then they will domesticate that person. They're frightened. They love you because you're so alive and charming and you like to dance and you want to go to the beach. They love all of it. Then what they love is to kill it. They become jealous of it. They become frightened of it. You see, the Olympics was created to celebrate human being blazing, I know some Olympians. Blazing. I will say, why you stuck? Everything around you is asking you to be stuck. Your mother is telling you to behave. Your father is telling you to behave. Everybody just wants you to be safe. By that, you don't function from the prefrontal. You move to the safety. You reduce food, shelter, enough. Come on, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. So if you remember, I'm not done yet, you will fight being stuck. You will find ways. As a young person, at least I'm looking at you. You don't live in an environment or a place that I think supports blazing. They retard you. And that's the lack, By right, every country, every leader wants their people to come on. That's when you build a nation. That's when you're on a go. I would like a life of a Mardi Gras. Is that how you say it?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Cha, 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 cha. I want. At my age, I can slow down a little bit. I'll be the cheerleader. You know what I mean?
But what do you do when you feel stuck? Maybe not you personally, but when a person is feeling stuck, I can't get out of my situation.
Get somebody to understand your problem. Talk to somebody. You see, why I'm saying you need to talk to somebody. Talking to yourself might not work. You need to look into somebody's eyes. What do you say? Does it make sense to you? You need clarity. You must find out what are the belief system you're caught in. How have you put yourself in a trap? How have you not talk to somebody? Talk to a community. Talk to people. Like if you feel yourself you're stuck, you have checkmate yourself. If you ever play poker, you can not poker. If you ever play chess, you place yourself in a place that you have no moves left. You made some movement and there's no moves left. You have to understand. If you know, if you learn, you will know that I'm putting myself in a box. You see, for down the ages, what did they did with women? If women are not liberated, there is no happiness. A man will have a house, a woman will make a home. What did they do? They move and constrict. This is the desire. The desire to conform you. But your question, I'm going away. Your question is, what happens if you are stuck? Find how you got yourself stuck. What are the moves you made? What are the agreements you made? What are the pact you made that got you stuck? Got you into a place you don't know how to get out. Sometimes you are argued into getting stuck, Like I've seen one trial, the lawyer was interviewing the girl who got raped. So you chose to go back to his home, right? So, but he's strapping her. He said, yeah, I chose to go back. So you chose to stay, right? He said, yeah, I did. Oh, then? He's almost telling you allowed it. No, she didn't. She just chose to go home. She didn't go anywhere else. She chose to stay home. She didn't know. So many times it's a psychological trick, like this. Find people that inspire you to go. Don't inspire conformity. Inspire the flight. But I know I'm oversimplifying it. I'm really sorry. It's a podcast. You need to sit and you need to diagnose, talk to therapists, talk to someone. What you need is somebody to be a mirror. You don't need somebody to give you an answer. Somebody to be an honest mirror so you can see what you're saying. Sometimes when you're talking to somebody, somebody's talking to you, if you really listen, that person after talking will look at you and say, yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? But being stuck is also the demand to be mature. Being stuck also means you have not stepped in. You are waiting for something to happen. Let's say you're sailing. The wind dies down. You're stuck. You need the wind for the ship to move. Now you're stuck. That means you have to step in. Maybe start rowing. Build an outboard engine. Right? Many times stuck is your life is left to another or to an outside element. See how to become self-propelled. Self-propelled. You see, in the East, we do this. I used to do this when I was younger. Fast. Don't eat coffee, no alcohol, nothing. Until you do not depend on anything to make you happy, you become self-propelled. We call it uncaused celebration. Uncaused. I am propelling myself. I am not motivated by outside. I don't need to be cheered to do it. I am intrinsically motivated, the way Paul would use the word, intrinsically. I am my fuel. Again, one of the reasons people get stuck is you are addicted. I cannot, that's forgivable. I am the same case. I have to have my coffee first. You know what I mean? I have to have my cigarette first. I need to have my breakfast. I understand this. I'm not being that tight. But the question of being stuck is, are you self-propelled? Or are you dependent? You see, I talked about the wild boar. You know what happens after the second generation, the wild boar? They don't know how to survive on their own, They become domesticated. Wild boar, they don't name it wild boar accidentally, they're wild, But about, I don't know how many generations, 1, 2, 3 litter. They're finished. That litter cannot go back to the wild. It will have the instinct, but it cannot go back. It's done. It's dependent on me. Up to that time, that wild boar was independent. So declare your independence. You get stuck because I need somebody to love me. I need somebody to cheer me. Only then I will feel good. No, you're an addict. You should be cheered. But if it's not there, you'll still jump out of bed. See, I want to comment on this because I write a lot about transformation, meditation, and enlightenment. I want to use this to comment. Meditation is not domestication. Meditation is living that rebellion. Meditation is learning how to be self contained, that I don't need another for me to get up and live my life. Like what your sister will say, I don't need no man to. Why don't you say?
Oh, no.
She'll do
A strong, independent woman.
I don't need no man to be happy. I'm like, good for you, darling. That means you're saying I'm self propelled, not that you don't want to be with a man. Like, I don't need anyone to cheer me on.
Do you think it's necessarily a bad thing to feel stuck? Can it be an igniting force?
Very good. Very well said. Very well said. Stuck means there is a hurdle to climb. So you look upon being stuck not as a curse. You look upon it as a curse because you think the other has to liberate you. You look upon it as an excitement of climb if you know it depends on you. So being stuck is not wrong. But I give you this. Many times you are stuck because you are made dependent. You are made dependent, and then that the control is onto another. Don't give your control away. Being stuck is a reminder you got to become independent. How is that for you? That you, come on, you tell. You step in. Why are you becoming lazy? You must understand. This is out of the sixth right, no? The fourth right is the body. You be very careful. This body will make you lazy. That's why I jokingly will always say, I don't need a hug. If I have a t-shirt, I'll have a t-shirt saying, I don't need a hug, thank you. Because many times when I need a hug, I need this, I become dependent on it. I've never asked anybody to love me in my life. Not that I'm not loved, I'm very loved, I don't ask. Because then I might become dependent on it. You understand? You see, we grew up by people saying the goal of life is to get enough people to love you, like you, support you. In some sense, it's okay, but do you know it cripples you? I'm not saying you shouldn't be with people. You should be okay without them. I'm okay. I can self-fuel. Like some people say, I want to be understood. Why? Who the hell can understand anybody totally? These are all crippling mechanisms, right? But when you are stuck, I'll say this, it's not a bad thing. It's time to become independent. Go shopping alone. Go to the gym by yourself. Pick up a book and read. Set a goal. Declare your independence. Then you can become interdependent. You see, I'm going to talk politics. The word government is to govern, right? It's not to imprison, It is to hold the crowd boiling and rising. It is to make harmony. But there are governments in the world, their whole job is to oppress. They want you to be dependent on them. I tell you this is what I say. Poverty is created. It's deliberately induced to enslave people. I like my country. 3 races, they are governing. And that's what they should do. And let us bloom.
Do you think people use the concept of being stuck in order to deliberately be unhappy?
Yep, agreed. There are people who deliberately want to be unhappy. You know why? It's not they want to be unhappy. They don't like you being happy. Have you been around unhappy person?
Yep.
You cannot be happy. So it's a subliminal way of controlling you. Hear this. I don't mean to be a conspiracy theorist. Carefully trust. People have their own interests. They want to conform everybody. Right? Yes. Especially if you are blazing and they can't catch up. If let's say I'm walking with you and you're walking faster than me, and I don't want to walk alone, I need to cripple you to keep up with me. It's not that you are my inspiration, so I may walk faster and catch up with you. So the one that is moving ahead is the one that is pulled back. So if you are stuck, you probably think I need to do this journey with another person. Maybe you have to do this journey alone. Maybe you have to do this journey with the people who can keep up. I always see this, it's a human psychology experiment. If you go speak English to someone who can't speak English well, suddenly your English is bad. You end up start talking like them. I'm like, why aren't you talking like them? Why aren't you speaking the way you speak so they can flow? We all need to conform. So let's say if you're stuck, you're considering too many things that it's not your business to consider. Like people want to keep friends, keep family, keep harmony with their surrounding. And the only way to do that is to retard you. That is why in those days when you take sannyas, when you go to a guru, you learn meditation. Sannyas is you become alone. And you know what that aloneness means? It's not they're against love or togetherness. That you are not slowed down. And this is when you have too much empathy, compassion, when you want to bring everybody. Hear this, not everybody will climb the Mount Everest. And you forfeiting your right to climb, you are not acting in love, More so, you must tell the other person, you wait down. I will climb for you too. I'll share the glory of the summit with you too. So maybe one of the reasons you're stuck is you want to go along with everybody. Maybe that's not possible. But this way, go anywhere where you are inspired. Go anywhere where there are others moving forward. The rest can cheer you on. People who are stuck are the people who have much more to offer. By some reason, they have been lied to give up that offering to keep some peace or some idea.
How do you see the difference, right, between someone who is truly stuck and someone who is sort of just living like the consequences of their actions and calling themselves stuck? Like, just say I decided I want to get married, I want to have 3 kids. Then I'm like, oh my God, marriage and 3 children mean I have to work really hard. I have to be physically present. I have to do all of things. Oh, I'm stuck in this life. But I made that choice. I wanted to do those things. But now I'm going to use the concept of being stuck as a way to evade this responsibility.
No, but you're missing the point. If you want to get married and have 3 kids, your father will be very happy, first of all. But now you have to be a super mom. You want to remain the same.
No, but what I'm saying is some people, right, they pursue those things, they want those things. Not me as somebody who already has it. And then they say, oh, I'm stuck in this life. I'm stuck with this like cookie cutter life. No. It's a way to evade responsibility, right?
Yes. It is a way to evade waking up.
But my question is, what's the difference? How do you see like when someone is truly stuck and when someone is using to evade responsibility?
No, always they're using it to evade responsibility. Truly stuck, there's a psychological situation, or they need therapy, they need medication, there's something else. But most, it's like, I'd give an example of Tim. I hope Tim doesn't mind. Tim and his wife, Debbie. I know them forever, and I know them when they were young and they got married. And when she has 3 sons now. I always make fun of her. Auntie Debbie, she's only like 31, 32. I said, don't you dare become an auntie. Here, that's what they do. The moment you have 3 kids, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to grow old now. I'm going to settle down. I'm stuck with this. No, I always say, don't let me catch you be an auntie. Here, auntie means old. I said, you are not going to go old. You're going to have 3 children. You're going to be a super mom. You're going to look after them. On a weekend, you're going to drag your husband to go dancing. You're going to do your thing. It is not an excuse. See, do you know how the SEAL training, they always give them a reason to quit, You ready to quit? They get 100 people, they only can take 20 people. So they have to break 80 people. How do you think they break the 80 people? They give them the excuse. If there's a physical problem, there is something actually happen, understand. Most often is psychological. Quit. And that is happening in our brain because we have been asked to celebrate these mediocre idiots. They settle down, white picket fence, then they are drinking themselves to death. You were sold that idea of laziness. You understand? You were sold. And most often, in order to be lazy, we grab it. No excuse. I've seen people with 11 kids, and the woman works in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon. She does everything, lives, dance. I know somebody there will be saying, you don't know how hard is it. I'm telling you, you don't know how hard is it to be stuck. People are looking for reason to quit. I always feel this earth, this humanity is like SEAL training, It put these 6, 7, 8 billion people, and they only have small group of people they will let out. It's trying to break you, throws alcohol, throws drug, throws sex, throws this, throws laziness, give you this idea of comfort, give you idea of this. I like Naren and Sono, the people who founded the Crystal Castle, one of my students, dear students. He's, I think, in his 60s now. Took 35 years to build the Crystal Castle from nothing, Husband and wife got together, the son Toby. They built this, and the daughter. They built this crystal castle. This is like a monument to go and visit because they've got some of the best crystals in the world there. I don't even know how they did it. As he is coming out of that business, as he's handing over, he went and bought a silent yacht, a solar run yacht, and he and I are going to cross the Atlantic. And he's going to start that and do something with that. And come on. After 35 years or 40 years of struggle from nothing to everything, won't you tell him, why don't you take it easy?
And he could have said, I'm stuck with this.
Yeah, he could say, I'm stuck with this. And he's not.
But he's not.
That is the person you admire. You must see his wife, Sono. Painting, doing, has her hip replacement, whatever. I'm looking at them and I'm going like, come on. And they call me, they are in France, they are in Japan, they are in Italy. I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? What's wrong? You see, what has happened is, this idea of resting has been injected into us. You see, what has happened is we have celebrated laziness. Why we love being a millionaire? Now you don't have to do anything. You can wake up 10 o'clock in the morning. Right? Why you worship somebody beautiful, or that person doesn't have to behave now? Because the beauty will carry them through their life. We are celebrating laziness. Drug, alcohol, all of these are nothing but feeding into that worship of being lazy. Sometime I want to talk to the Pope. I want to say, when you go to heaven, you still have to work 5 days a week. Since you're in heaven, you work 6 days a week. Sometimes I think it's also selling you to be lazy. We must learn to worship, not being stuck, flowing, thriving. The audience, if you ever get a chance, come to my country or go to a rainforest, really the real rainforest, the one that has not been destroyed. Go with a guide, if not you might get eaten by a tiger. Walk and see in the forest how thriving it is. From every leaf fighting for sun, and the creatures and the animals and the birds. Do you know it's like a festival inside there? Early morning is unbelievable. Thriving. I know, I hear you. What about the people that are stuck? First, I'm sorry. I wish you are not stuck. I don't mean to be cruel, I understand. Have I been stuck? Not really. Maybe sometimes.
Could have been.
Could have been. I could have been, yeah. That's the word. I could have been. So I understand, But like what Shawshank Redemption said, get busy living or get busy dying. I think that's what they say. In the movie they say, get busy living or get busy dying. Maybe I leave you with this hope, pray. You have to pray. Pray, life lets you out. Pray. And want it. How to stay fit? Want to walk. Want to move about. Want to climb the mountain.
You have to want it more than you're afraid of it.
Yeah. No, you must want it more than you want to be lazy. It's very strange, all the fit people I know, they want to cycle. They want to climb the mountain. Sometimes I'm sitting at them, they can we just sit here? No, 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 let's climb up there. I'm like, the difference between him and me is not fitness, it's the want. They want to climb up there. They want to go there. Like you take Paul, for instance. He wants to climb the Himalayas and I'm looking at him. I'm going like, I'm saying I'm waiting for them to build a helipad. So I'm no different than many of you who are stuck. But what I am conscious of is I must want it. My laziness might be my indulgence, but I look at it as an illness. Right? I know I eat things or I smoke a cigarette. I'm not saying it's right. At least I know it's wrong. I can't help it or whatever. Leave it alone. But I'm pointing rightly. Admire rightly. If you're stuck today, start this. Admire the people that are living. Look at somebody cycling and say, I wish. Start there. Somebody creative, somebody painting, somebody dancing. I wish. Maybe you're not there yet. But go there. Stuck is you are forfeiting your right even to wish. Stuck happens, Stuck happens. You're stuck in an airport or your flight got delayed. Stuck. But what do you wish? I wish to move. If not, you are persuaded to abort moving, right? I leave you with a, I don't know, with a wish. I wish you will live. I wish you will flow. I wish you risk. I wish you exhaust yourself. I wish you go. I wish you do all that you do. You know why I'm saying this in a very prejudiced reason? When you are done all that, then you might embrace what I'm actually trying to share to the world. You may embrace turning inward. You may embrace discovering you. If you're stuck, you neither go outside nor inside. So make plans. After this talk, organize a party. Don't invite me, too old, but can? Is that good?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.